In the military, the concept of a point man is widely used. In fact, it was the catalyst to the name of this podcast, which I think it gets understated just how important it is having a point person or a mentor outside of the military, as well as the benefits that it can provide. And I've not given a bunch of my backstory inside of this podcast. It didn't really feel relevant until right now. I joined the Marines because I really didn't know what to do next in my life. And all I knew is I didn't want to be where I was. I grew up really poor. We didn't have much. And I knew that I just didn't want to be where I was any longer. So I joined up. And the military provided an out for me. I signed up just before 9/11. So for me, it wasn't a bravado thing, even though that would soon come. At the time, I just wanted direction in my life. And so I went off to boot camp, then off to my unit. And I found some of the most powerful leaders that I've ever had in my life. Some amazing individuals that have done absolutely incredible things. It's really unbelievable. After two deployments to Iraq, the first being the initial invasion in Iraq, I decided to get out. And I quickly found myself back into not knowing what I was going to do next. I had a plan, but I seemed to bounce from plan to plan to plan, never really fully completing any one of them. And I started going to college, which was great at the time. And then it ended up being a big struggle for me. Fast forward several years, and I was waiting tables at a steakhouse, still unsure. I then started doing some private contracts overseas off the coast of Africa. They were good. The money was good whenever you would get paid, but it didn't feel sustainable. I wanted to raise a family, but this didn't feel like it was the path for me. And I met somebody randomly that was running a nonprofit. They were offering to help get vets into the trades to get them careers. And I met this guy and I was like, man, can I trust this dude? Can I believe him? And eventually I took that leap. I don't know what caused me to do it, but I took it. And it ended up being one of the most amazing experiences for me. It was a ton of hard work, but it was incredible. Shortly after that, I felt as if I had found my calling, my passion in life, which is training and facilitation. It's just one thing that I love to do, helping to guide people down a path of self-discovery. And at this time, I found another mentor. And this one helped me fine-tune my skills as a facilitator. And for months, I would send him videos. Every single week, I'd send him a video and he'd send me back some feedback about what to take up a notch. That next week, I would implement it and send him another piece of video content. And it just went like this. And fast forward 8 years, here I am now, a full-time trainer, facilitator. And I'm grateful for my job. I absolutely love it. I love doing what I get to do now. And then right now, that's why I'm in a hotel room, because I'm out training right now. I'm about to wake up and do that. But everything I've done seems like it was on paper, just written out. It was supposed to be this way, but it wasn't. People ask me all the time, well, probably, what got you into public speaking was being in the military, and it wasn't. I always knew that it wasn't. For me, when I deep dive, when I look at this process of finding a mentor, that's what gave me this power. That's what really helped me to have this ability. It all came from that mentor that took time and invested in me and my life. He dove in, he invested his time and really gave a ton to me, and I gave a ton back. I used his feedback, I implemented, and then I sent back and asked for some more. And as I think about all the highs and lows that I have in my life, all the highs that I had a mentor. And all the lows that I had, no mentor. And the science of this shows that mentorship can be extremely powerful for individuals on any path, any direction they're heading in life. And a quick Google search can show up a ton of stats, and they're really not that surprising. 87% of mentors and mentees say that their mentoring relationships make them feel empowered. Both sides of it, both sides of this feel as if they're better off because of that relationship, which means if you seek out a mentor relationship with somebody else, you're going to be helping them out just as much as they're going to be potentially helping you. So know that you shouldn't feel bad about it. You should jump into it. Yet 97% of individuals with a mentor, 97% of people with a mentor say that their life is better off and more valuable because of that mentor. This is a huge number when you think about 97%, yet only 37% of professionals have a mentor, which blows me away. If it's so powerful, why do so many people not jump on it and take that leap? And this is going to be my challenge for you. This is going to be what we're going to set out for today. Now, there's a few things that you can do to prepare yourself to be a great mentee and to find a mentor. But we got to start with us. We got to start with ourselves and get our mind in a good space, because understanding your role as well as creating that ideal relationship is going to be key. But we got to work on us. One big piece of advice that I can give you right now. This is going to be big, and you you're going to have to jump into this and do this, is let any thoughts go that you have that you might be different, that being a veteran is somehow not going to let this person help you, or that you have some unique experience that separates you from it, because it's, yeah, you're different. You've got unique experiences, but your mentor is different too. That's the point. They've been down the path that you want to go. So they're not going to be able to recognize some of your past, but granted, you're not going to be able to recognize the future that you want until you get what they have for you. They can 100% help you get to the top of this mountain. They climb it all day long. They've been up and down that path that you want to climb, but you got to jump in and do it. So for me, step one is getting your mind right, getting into the correct position to be a mentee. If you find a mentor that's willing to help you, but you feel as if you know more than them, as if you're different and they can't really relate to you, or if you're just not going to do anything that they offer up, just know they're not going to help you, or they're going to quit helping you, but it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you. And it would be no different than if somebody joined the gym and hired a personal trainer, and the trainer gave them a bunch of workouts to do, but then they didn't do any of them. The trainer just going to be like, look, I'm not even taking your money anymore. Get out of here. I don't even want to talk to you, because you're not doing the work. All it takes is putting in the action. So for now, open up your mind to what you might find and commit to acting on it. Commit to doing something different based on the feedback that you get. So the next step after that is going to be finding a mentor. This one's not easy. And big picture, you just have to look around, look at people that are in places that you want to be in your life, and then start to ask them questions. Ask them what made them choose it. Ask them what they love about it, what they like about it, what they dislike about it, and see what starts up. See what type of conversation starts up from there. And this is only going to give you an idea of where to look, where to head, and just give you some direction, give you some ideas on where that might go. And this isn't going to be an easy thing to do. Finding direction and finding a guide, those are both of those are going to be really tough things to do, but you got to keep looking. Worst case scenario, drop me an email, shoot me an email on my email address below. I'd love to talk to you about this further and see what advice, what assistance I could offer up on this path that you're taking. The only thing you can't do is stop seeking. And then when you see the opportunity, you got to jump on it. When you see any kind of opportunity and you're thinking about it, don't stutter step, just jump in and do it. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. If you're 100% sure, act now and then learn everything you can as you head down this path. It's shocking to me as I think back on my life that I actually stutter stepped. That first person that offered me training, they offered me a career, and I almost didn't take it. I stutter stepped into it, it's absolutely insane to me now, because I think about everything that I have in my life that I'm grateful for is a result of taking that leap of faith and knowing and having my mentors along the way. Everything that I have is a result of that. And I almost didn't do it. Don't make that mistake. Don't stutter step. When you see that opportunity, jump on it. Then learn from those that are willing to teach you and see what you discover next.